"This is the King of the Jews." The inscription prepared for Christ's cross was a sarcastic personal attack and also bitter political satire. No wonder first century Christians struggled to explain how the Messiah ended up on a Roman cross. On this Sunday, dedicated to Christ the King, we too might ask ourselves, what sort of sovereign is King Jesus? I would like to offer a close-up answer, one that might hurtle us out of our complacency and help us to look at the crucifixion from a fresh viewpoint. And we will ponder its implications for humanity. Rap artist Michael Mark has portrayed those events from the viewpoint of the repentant thief. The writer's imagination is fueled by his own daily experience working with convicts and drug addicts. We're shown Jesus' startlingly outrageous, God-filled reach. The words of our thief are blunt, revealing his own desperate plight. Scared, full of fear, hanging here, the end is near. To start with, there is no respect at all as the man turns and looks at Jesus. Who is that cat? My man's been beaten to a pulp. By that dude is frail. We follow our thief through rage, anxiety, bewilderment, and then sharp curiosity as he realises that Jesus' mutterings are prayers. Not just any prayers, but prayers precisely for the people responsible for putting them on those crosses in the first place. The thief goes on to describe Jesus' words. They are like a supernatural cadence streaming from above. It did something to my heart. It was filled with love. Let's allow our focus now to rest on Jesus. Exhausted, surrounded by the jeering mockery of hollow commiseration, his attention turns to the one that society has written off as a loser. Now, maybe this person didn't wash or shave very often. Their hair was untidy, unkempt, wild. After all, who had ever nurtured them and given them a sense of self-worth? And this person can be astonishingly feckless, even to the extent of not managing to steal with due care and attention, and then ending up here of all places, the place of the skull. Let's return to Michael Mark's poetry to see the impact of Jesus' love on that thief. As this picture of the kingdom came into view, I knew it was right there in all he was showing, an absolute assurance, some new sense of knowing, and I begged him, don't forget me when you go where you're going. We have heard Luke's account of Jesus' response. Later that day, the king and the felon will be together in paradise. Hanging there, the thief had become a free man, a new creature, for the first time ever valued and welcomed. In today's reflection, I've drawn upon the imagery of creative writing, on a vivid piece which demands to be performed as much as analysed. And there are parallels with Luke's Gospel. It similarly portrays what happened between Jesus and another fellow human being condemned to die, with no extra explanation. The thief also represents each one of us. How often are we beaten back by despondency, a sense of our brokenness, by habits which don't serve us well, maybe habits that are plain wrong? Luke does not mention atonement theory, and by that I mean the idea that a sacrificial victim was necessary in order to redeem humanity. Luke gives no trace of military language, that innocent blood spilled is part of the path to victory. Jesus the King is simply love incarnate, deeply transformational love, love in action. Like the thief, we are summoned to an expansive awareness of who we really are and who we can become when rooted in the fullness of God. We are invited to let Jesus' love surround our lives and our dealings with one another. We are promised that the same love will one day enfold our deaths, revealing many mysteries beyond. I wonder, as church, can we be Christ-like in recognising those rough diamonds within our spheres? Do we let these unlikely, maybe awkward characters, these fellow travellers, teach us a thing or two about the hardships of life? Can we continue Jesus' reach right up to our own final day on earth? And now, with the help of the Holy Spirit, let's resolve to follow the pattern of our King. Let's commit to fine-tuning our empathy, imagination, confidence and skill, and so to extend God's reach to all. May we never doubt those lifelong processes of renewal, even when our circumstances become ever so tough. With head, heart, soul and strength, may we be always ready to channel Jesus' transformational love.